Now let's talk about one of the most important topic in Oracle, data types. Okay, so a data type in Oracle defines a kind of data that can be stored in a table column. Basically, it tells Oracle what kind of data you are saving, like number, text, date. Okay, so when we create a table in Oracle, each column must have data type. This helps Oracle understand what kind of values can be stored. For example, here a name will be a text format. It is a string data type. Okay. And age will be a number data type. And joining date will be a date value. Okay. It is a date data type. So data types make sure our data is stored correctly and efficiently. Okay. If I say name varchar 50, it means the column can store up to 50 characters of text. Understood? We have different data types in Oracle. So in Oracle, the data types divided into four categories: string data type, numeric data type, date and time data type, and LOB data type. Okay. Firstly, we start with string data types. These are used to store text or words. Okay. Here we have char. Here char is a fixed length. It always uses same amount of space even the text is short. If I set char 10 and I enter Abhi. Okay. Abhi has four spaces, right? Even though we have four spaces, it will occupy 10 spaces. It is a fixed length. Okay. And varchar. Varchar has variable length. If I set varchar 10 and I enter Abhi, it has four spaces, right? It will take only four spaces. It won't occupy 10 spaces here because it has variable length. Okay. Coming to nchar and nvarchar. Okay. These are used to store Unicode text, which means they can store data in multiple languages like Hindi, Telugu, or Tamil. Okay. So remember, char is fixed length and varchar is variable. Understood? Next, we have numeric data type. It is used to store numbers. The most common one is number. Okay. Here, P stands for precision and S stands for tail. Okay. For example, number 6 comma 2. Okay. Which means a number with up to 6 digits where 2 digits come after the decimal like 1, 2, 3, 4.56. Okay. Then we have date and time data types. It is used to store date and time information. Here, date. Date stores date and time in the format DD, MM, YY. Okay. And timestamp. It stores date plus time. Understood? So, if you need to store both date and exact time details, we need to use timestamp. Okay. Finally, we have LOB data types, which are used for large data. Okay, like documents, images, or videos. Okay, here CLOB. It is for large text and data such as long reports or XML files. Understood? And BLOB for binary data. It store images, PDFs, files, or videos. Okay, and B file. B file used for external files and that keep outside the database. So LOB data types are mainly for handling big data that doesn't fit into normal columns. To summarize, here string types for text, numeric types for numbers, date types for date and time, LOB types for large files and data. So every column in Oracle must have data type because it helps Oracle know what kind of data to store and how to handle it efficiently. So far, we have completed all the data types. Now we will see a practical example to understand all the data types clearly. Okay. For string data type, text values must be inside a single quote. And for date data type, dates are written in single quote. And number data type, numbers are written without single quote. And for LOB data types, the data types not written directly with the single quotes. Let me open my SQL editor to go through a practical example. Let's create a table called students with basic data types like text, numbers, dates, and large text. Okay, here create table students, which has column name, which is a varchar type, and the size is 20, grade, which is a char, and the size is fixed length 1, because the grade is A, B, and C like that. Okay, and the age is number type, and the size is 4. Marks. Marks could be in decimal forms. So that's the reason I'm using number type with precision and scale. Number 5, comma 2. And admission date. Admission date is a date data type. And notes. Notes are CLOB data type, which is a large text. Okay. Now table is created. We need to check whether table is created or not. For that, we need to use a query describe command, DESC, and the table name, students. You can check here, table is created. Now let's add a student record. For that, we need to use insert query, insert into student, and we need to specify the values. And the first value is name, right? Names are stored in single quote, a B. And grade. Grade is a char data type. So that's the reason again we need to store in single quote. And then age. Okay, 21. So it is a number type. We don't want to use single quotes. And then marks. Marks are in decimal form, 95.50. And for the date format, we need to use to date, open bracket, enter the date, day, month, and year, and specify the date format here, dd, and YY. Close the bracket, comma, and provide the notes like excellent, good, better, like that. Excellent in math. Close the bracket, enter. One row is created now. So to check our data, we simply use select query. Select star from students. We have a output now. It look like clumsy, right? For making clear, we need to set the line size. Set line size 300. Now again use the select query. Now you can see the clear output. Okay. Name Abhi, grade A, age 21, marks 95.5. Okay. And admission 20 October, and notes excellent in max. That's it. We have learned how to use varchar, char, and number, and date, and CLOB. Okay. If you have any doubts, let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.